got something to say, 'cause it ain't over until she
This is not the
sings.
crucible, but not every place can be perfect.
You had your reasons, you had a few, but you know that I would go anywhere for you, 'cause it ain't over until she sings. I just need to get it off my chest, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. I just need to get it off
Keep it
my
together,
chest,
Arcite.
yeah,
Nothing
more
pushing.
than you know, yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. Your good intentions are sweet and pure, but they could never tame a fire like yours. No, it ain't over until she sings. Right where you want it, down on my knees. You got me begging, pretty baby, set me free. No, it ain't
What do you
over
see when you look at the phantom
until
cities
she
of Mars? I see the crucible.
sings. I just need to get it off my chest, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. I just need to get it off my chest,
Targets
more
don't know
than
their
you
targets
know,
until you get
more
going.
than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best, more than you know, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best, more than you know, more than you know. Got me thinking we run away, going forever, 'cause I just been living the same day, over and over. I wanna break free of these heavy chains, break away, so baby come over, come and get close. I wanna know somebody, understand somebody, I can share what they lost, dance with their ghost. Wanna feel somebody, get to know your body, I can send me more than loving someone like you. You, I wanna know somebody more than loving someone like you. Someone like you. Love someone you I wanna love like a fairy tale. Baby, be putting me on my feels. Let's pretend it's you and I. Baby, come over, come and get close. I wanna know somebody, understand somebody, get to know your body. I can say me more, loving someone like you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say me more, loving someone. I wanna know somebody, understand somebody. I can share all their lows, dance with their ghosts. Wanna feel somebody, get to know your body. I can say me more than loving someone like you.
Rumble. Every guardian for themselves. that you got? You've lost the lead.
Okay, this is really going to date me. I remember playing Pathways into Darkness back in 1993 on my original Mac, and that game was phenomenal. Then Marathon, I would troll the AOL message boards for the news of the release of the demo, and I tried to download that demo on a 14.4 modem with people picking up the phone. It took forever. Marathon 2 and Marathon Infinity, the best title music in Marathon 2. And Marathon Infinity, I would take pictures of my Star Wars figures and put them into the game using Forge and Anvil.
"30 years of creating the games that we love, the games that I've grown up playing throughout my childhood, teenage years, and also my adult life. From the OGs, or my OGs, games I started on, Halo 2s and the Halo 3s, winning championships in these games, from the collectibles and Reach. Amazing artmanship, craftsmanship, designing, coding, all these timeless hours you guys have put in to create these worlds.
We need to get back to the city. It isn't safe here.
From the Destiny 1
Sanitary.
and all of the lore that you started with, more collectibles, all the way to Destiny 2.
I love it. You have my respect, Hunter. You're in first place. Only 5 minutes left.
From EGM, giving Combat Evolve Game of the Month, and LAN parties, to Xbox Live, to the thank you screen on Reach, to the D1 Alpha, to my girlfriend showing up on the corner of my bed with the Destiny PS4 to play with me, to Rift at E3 in the Black Shader, getting to see Destiny 2 at E3 with Tess, to her marrying me, and to old friends still playing Halo at our wedding, to Day 1 Deepstone Crypt, so many raids, so many friends, and to Tess still playing Destiny with me every week. Bungie has personally given me 20 years of fantastic memories, and I am so grateful. Thank you.
The enemy almost won. You're second. Good. Just as Zavala is second to me. So many Guardians in the same ring. Loss happens. What you do now is what matters.
As a content creator, I strive to build my community on positivity and compassion. My community, TCAT, has evolved into such an important part of my life and has helped me create lifelong friendships. I've met so many amazing people online and in real life because of the extravagant world created by Bungie and a little old game called Destiny. Some of my favorite memories include traveling to Bungie to reveal the Taken King, going to GCX and meeting so many amazing people, and raising money for St. Jude. I will cherish all of these memories, and I cannot wait to make more.
Yo llevo siendo jugadora de Destiny desde la beta del 1 y yo diría que lo mejor de mi experiencia ha sido toda la gente que he conocido y lo que este juego me ha permitido mejorarme y superarme como jugadora. Lo más gratificante para mí han sido las experiencias en raids de día 1, la competitividad que estos generan y los retos en solitario que esta magnífica entrega te permite realizar. Así que vamos a por
Rumble.
otros 30 años, Bungie.
You'll find no allies on this battlefield. Fight hard. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead.
So, my clan, Peasant Guard, was formed through a love of Destiny, and it's made up of players from the UK, America, and Norway. And my favourite Bungie moment, something that will stay with me forever, is after a year of playing together online, we were all contacted by Bungie and asked if we'd like to be flown out to Germany to meet in person and to have that moment captured in a mini documentary. And that happened over 6 years ago now, and it always brings a smile to my face whenever I think about it. So yeah, no question, that was my favourite Bungie moment.
5 minutes remaining. Double down.
I am a former drug addict, and playing Destiny 1 kicked my drug addiction, and on my 5-year sober where I actually
Your enemy
got Titan
is pushing
Hunter
for
Warlock
victory.
cleanse on me. And I also want to thank you guys for consistently putting out great games that help build a community. I have a lot of my friends worldwide, both here in the US, UK, Australia, and Europe, from playing Destiny and Destiny 1. So happy birthday, Bungie, and those are
Third place.
2 of my main
An
Bungie
excellent match.
memories.
I can't argue the numbers. Your opponents outscored you.
I think it all starts with going home after school like every day and playing Halo 3 custom games all night. Trash Compactor, Tremors, Duck Hunt, so many fantastic options, Stairway to Heaven. And then I think the moment I really got into Destiny and just fell in love with that game was during the Vault of Glass. Back then, exotics are really uncommon, and one of our teammates had a hard light. No one had ever seen it before, so we're all like, dude, what the heck is that gun? And he just goes, watch this. And of course, starts shooting off the walls, and we see all the bullets ricochet everywhere. And it was that moment I knew I was hooked.
Mein erstes Spiel von Bungie war tatsächlich als Destiny 1. Und Destiny hat mein Leben verändert. Ich wurde durch Destiny zu einem Content Creator, der auf YouTube Videos hochlädt und auf Twitch streamt. Ich wurde auf verschiedene Messen und auf verschiedene Events eingeladen, wo ich einiges erlebt habe. Ich habe sogar Justin Truman, den heutigen Game Director, kennengelernt und mich mit ihm über Destiny unterhalten. Das ist eine ganz, ganz große Ehre. Außerdem habe ich sehr viele Bekanntschaften, sehr viele Freunde über das Spiel kennengelernt, wo ich heute sagen würde, das sind teilweise meine besten Freunde. Ja, Destiny ist geil.
I need
flash forward to me as an adult discovering Destiny for the first time, walking out of the Cosmodrome, seeing that fallen walker, taking it down, and just feeling like such a such an awesome, powerful force to be reckoned with. I was in love with the fantasy of the game. And that was before I knew anything of the Destiny community, which really has captured my heart. Thank you so much, Bungie, for creating this world, this community of gamers, where I've found real friends, clanmates, been able to talk to people and interact with people who have inspired me throughout the years to launch my own community.
Bungie me ha aportado durante todos estos años algo increíble. Destiny forma parte de mi vida desde hace mucho tiempo y sin duda lo mejor que tiene este juego es que he podido conocer a personas maravillosas y poder realizar actividades con esta gente, tener su apoyo y su compañía a la hora de querer mejorar, no tiene precio. Espero poder seguir durante muchos años más en este mundo y poder esperar con mucha ilusión y mucho hype todo lo que está por venir.
What can a simple operator like me do for the hero of the Vanguard? Marvelous. Oh, you have an eye for craftsmanship. Quality accessory.
My favorite memory from a Bungie game has to come from September 2016. It's a work night and we're about done with the Wrath of the Machine raid when my friend messages us and says, "You know that ARG puzzle that Bungie put out? We solved it. Here's a map, go stand in these very specific spots in the raid and see what happens." So we do it, and these two monitors turn on, and they start spitting out ones and zeros. And someone on the team's like, "That's binary. I think that means we need to stand here and over there." Then, the mysterious diamond in the center of the room opens up, revealing the next step in a quest to get Outbreak Prime, an exotic weapon, and we're losing it. I stay up all night, finishing the quest. I get maybe 2 hours of sleep before work the next day. Figuring out how to open up the diamond in the Wrath of the Machine raid is my favorite memory because it combines the two things about Bungie games that keeps me coming back: unraveling mysteries and sharing experiences with other people.
there really have been so many special memories. I had 2 reoccurring Trials dates every week when Trials of Osiris was going on. One of them was for Dr. Bro Snaps, and then the other one was on Monday nights. I would play Trials of Chill Cyrus with some friends that I met online. One of them, Dopa, I got to go to his wedding a couple of years ago, which was really cool. We've been friends IRL now for years. And the other one is my boyfriend of 5 years now, and I still can't believe how crazy it is that Destiny brought me to Twitch, which introduced us to each other, and as a result now, we have another little guardian. She's a future hunter main for sure, but she quite literally would not exist if it wasn't for Bungie / Destiny and Trials of Osiris.
Tell them to line up fast. Zone B lost.
I think another one of my favorite moments was the D2 reveal event. And I don't think there will ever be an event that will match that. And I could be wrong, but the room was shaking. Like everyone was so excited. Everyone was screaming. You didn't have to tell them to get excited because you could feel the energy in the room. Everyone was hyped. There was like this vibration in the room of how excited everyone was. And it was just, I remember just holding Watts' hands while the trailer was going on, and Zavala just came down, bubbled up, and I'm pretty sure we cried together. We cried while holding hands watching the cinematic trailer for the D2 event. So I remember that being such a huge moment, and I just knew that I was a part of something that was way bigger than I thought.
They have the lead, but the match isn't
I think that my favorite Bungie memories are always probably going to be my childhood LAN parties I would have growing up with my friends. And then even into college with like Halo Reach when it launched, I remember running down to like the college store and getting my copy there. But as an adult, I don't think I could ever replace the memories I have about the day one raiding I've done with my friends. Just being faced with a colossal challenge and defeating it with some of your best friends, there's just nothing quite like it.
Zone A captured. You have advantage. Two for one. Fire team that fights together stays together. You have my respect, Hunter. You captured Zone B. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them. Zone A lock. 2 for 1. You captured Zone A. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them. 3 minutes.
My clan math class in 2016 rented out a house for PAX, and easily one of my favorite memories through all of this has been being in that house with them for a few days, just hanging out, everybody chilling together, and just having a really, really good time. So I never would have had that without Bungie and Destiny. So.
Zone C lock. Sound tactics bring victory. You fight like a demon. Bring me your friends. I need more like you.
Oh man, it's the memories, man. The memories that really truly brought me back was Destiny 1. And we played Auto Glass week 2. We didn't play it on the week of release, we played it on week 2. And when we first experienced the raids, me and the boys from work, I didn't really know too many people. We went in that raid, man, and we defeated the first encounter. We beat the first encounter.
You know, the thing about Bungie memories for me is that it's memories of my friends, because Bungie games are about friends. It's 4 friends sitting in a room, everybody with their own Xbox, everybody with their own TV, and everybody yelling at each other because the one person keeps bringing the gravity hammer into the elevator, killing all of us. It's Destiny with a crew 6 people, tired, long night, and you haven't beat the raid boss, and you want to beat that raid boss, and the last run it works, and you yell for 25 minutes before you log off.
Move in and take those zones. They are your life. Enemy claimed Zone A. Enemy claimed Zone B. Don't spend all that ammo in one place. It's a power play. Get those zones back. Zone advantage is yours. Zone A lost. That shut them down. Zone C lost. Power play. Enemy has your zones. Shut the enemy down. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. I've seen enough. I'm holding this one. Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours. Rise.
I had just moved to the States, and the very first friend that I made here was a Guardian that I found with Osmodrome. And that Guardian has been my best friend and brother for 5 years now, and that was only the beginning of a very special relationship with Destiny for me. Some of the most beautiful moments of my life have been driven and shared by the Destiny community, including coming out and watching hundreds of people that I didn't even know just come together to show love and support and solidarity. In that moment, I knew that I had found a home away from home, and this game and this community constantly reminds me that we're not Guardians just in name, we truly are bearers of light.
control.
What's up, man? Yeah, if you guys just want to have a seat, it's just literally recording a conversation, so.
All right. What could go wrong?
So I was 11 when you started the company, but you're but you were not that much older. Like you weren't that much older. Like what is the like? Take me all the way back.
I
to
guess
the,
that's true.
Take me all the way back to the moment where you're like, I want to do this.
Yeah. There's a funny thing for like a lot of my life. When people would ask me, you know, like how did this start? I'd be like, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I just like started making games, and it seemed like it was fun, and I kept doing it. And when I really started thinking back to my childhood, like I've been obsessed with how like rules can change human behavior, and how you can all agree to play a card game by a certain set of rules. And the adults that I was observing, you know, as a kid they could play cards all night and laugh and, you know, interact in whatever way that they did. And yet you could take a different set of rules, for example, a set of rules that a 5-year-old made with the best of intentions, and the adults would like nod and laugh, but they would only play that game for, 3 minutes. And like that is like always fascinated me. And I realized, like looking back on it, that I've been doing that, my whole life, and it like irritated my friends, and they didn't want to play. I mean, because we start as a game designer and you suck. Like you're terrible. Like your games are horrible. I mean, they're not even games. They're just, it's almost, you're just like a little tyrant trying to get people to do things. And I remember like I probably spent like weeks building this like really complex pen and paper adventure game on index cards, and I'd like drawn pictures of monsters and everything like this. And I remember finally getting, a friend to play it at school, and it was like the first dice roll, like some creature like killed his character or something. It was just like the worst possible, like outcome. And I was like in 4th grade or something, but some kids look at the garbage truck and are like, that big, powerful machine, like that's what I want to be. But to me, it was the deck of cards. Like I want to know how to control that. Like that, like power to build an experience that when people come into it, they leave with a smile on their face or more connected to the people around them. Yeah, I've been doing that forever. It's kind of crazy. Way before computers. And then of course, right, I saw games on computers and I was like, wow.
My perception, based on all of our time together, has actually been like you are more interested in the making of them in a bunch of ways than playing them. Like playing games isn't like it's not an explicit hobby of yours. Like you're educating yourself. It's more work, but it's like you're always making stuff.
Yeah, I think this is true, and I feel a little bit like guilty about it sometimes, because I think it is the most dangerous thing as a designer to enjoy the making more than the playing, right? Because the number of things you can enjoy making is infinitely larger than the number of things that you can enjoy playing, right? Much less other people can enjoy playing. And so, yeah, what you say is true, and I feel like it's sort of like an addiction that I've had to fight so that I make things that are worthwhile. Because it's, the whole shtick to me is about, touching other people, like somehow.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about kind of the origin. I want to jump ahead again. I'm going to jump to my life, 2004. I remember I finished the campaign for Halo 2, and my friends and I got distracted a bunch by the multiplayer, and I finished it the same night I finished Metal Gear 3. And after I finished both of those games, I went and watched this Vidoc, the documentary that like, I look at it now and I met a bunch of y'all, and I'm like, oh, I didn't pick up on all the like human suffering in this documentary the first time I watched it.
Do I get to sign your?
No. Do you
Halo
remember?
copy?
Do you remember this?
I looked for it actually before I came in today. I don't think I have it anymore.
You don't?
Yeah, no, I remember the sweatshirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was this. Yeah. This is what is this from? Like, what is this actually? I've like wondered this. Like, what is this? It was just like, what?
Yeah, it said Osiris on it. I thought it looked cool, and yeah, I bought it. I have no idea. Sadly, right? I have no idea what it was.
Yeah, I still to this day, I remember the sweatshirt, right?
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is the moment. This is this moment that I became like aware that humans make these things, because otherwise it was like magic, right? Like,
right,
there's nothing there's nothing in 2004 about. Look at these developers making stuff that you care about. That's not like there wasn't really much of like the internet sucked too. Like you didn't have like, look, you can access these people, and none of that. It was a totally different time. So I'm watching this documentary, and this dude shows up, and so the paraphrase is like, it's like the cynical gamers who something doesn't grab us in 5 minutes. We're gonna turn it off. And it was like, I was like, oh my God, it's like I was spoke to. And I have I'm like an English degree. Like I can't make games. I couldn't write any couldn't write code or anything. I just remember feeling as like a player, like super duper spoke to in that moment. And so we come out of the building a game, like building it by yourself, and talk now about like the team has changed. Like building teams has changed. Like the way you think about building teams has changed. The way like in the however many years I've been at Bungie now, in the fifth, like the way the company approaches building teams have changed. Let's go all the way back to Halo 2, like building the team for Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think if like past Jason was here, he would disagree with a lot of stuff that I'm going to say, but I think compared to the intentionality that we, try, sometimes exhibit, know we should have about building teams and how important teams are. Back then, it was almost just this, snowball that was rolling downhill of people who, liked our games and came to the company, and, then, it snowball rolled a little faster, and it was just a bunch of people trying to do their best, trying to recreate the feelings that they had, when they played games. And you can get pretty far on passion and talent, but it sometimes makes things really hard when you're not being thoughtful about the organization of the team, the design of the product relative to the resources and time you have. And yeah, it made Halo 2 super challenging for a bunch of reasons, but yeah, I don't know. I guess that's, and past Jason would tell me, like, you're an idiot. We were thinking about all that stuff. You just had to learn. But like, when I look back, like, he wasn't thinking about that stuff,
What was he thinking about?
I mean, he was just thinking about the game. But I mean, I don't know. I always think, I think my past self is like not really that sharp, because I mean, every year we've learned so much, I feel. And so I look back and I think that, that guy must be an idiot. Because look at all the stuff I learned just this year on Halo 1. Like I didn't know anything. But I go back and I found one of the notebooks from Halo 1. Like that guy wasn't an idiot. Like, I mean, there's stuff that, he didn't know, but there's a lot of like super interesting exploration and thought and like possibilities that, didn't end up at the game in there. And yeah, so I don't know what to make of that, because I feel like I've learned so much, but when I go back, I'm sort of like blown away by, what was happening in my mind. Yeah,